That's what we get here in America. Now, I can't imagine getting 18 months in jail for speeding. I think speeding on a motorcycle is far safer than a woman talking on a cell phone, sipping her coffee, and doing her makeup while doing the speed limit. Women aren't thrown in jail for 18 days. And here's another one. Lost his license for 2 years. You think that's a little excessive? Not to this woman judge, apparently, and I don't know the law over there. I don't know the penalties. Going in, I guess, if the penalty is you go to jail for days for speeding, I find that to be restrictive. I find it to be punitive. I find it to be disgusting. Right? It's horrible. And that this woman can sit up there and piously judge someone with a track record like that. But we're seeing more and more of that, not just in Scandinavian nations, but around the world. Women are being put in places of power. And it's so hard to imagine someone like my ex-wife who loved to punish everyone in the house when she didn't get her way. Right? If you remember the stories and thoughts about all the abusive men. Oh, he comes home and he yells and he thunders around the house and she has to cower and go get him a beer and she's afraid to say anything because he's had such a rough day. Well, I don't buy those stories. But I have seen, because I've never seen it. Never seen it. I've been around since the 70s. Never seen it. I'm sure it happens from time to time, but today, women do that. They do it frequently and often because I see it. I see it all the time. It is very abusive. It's psychologically abusive to walk into a house and demand, and when they don't get the demand, the punishments begin. Women are terrifying as judges because they don't understand power. They don't understand leadership. But it's that power they have, the power to punish. If a housewife, given the opportunity to punish her husband and punish her children, does so at the drop of a hat, based on a feeling or a hormone, heaven forbid a hormone go to the wrong spot and irritate her while she's facing her children or her husband or her co-workers, right? They're in for the shit. Imagine some bitch with a robe sitting above you in a chair, and you've done something wrong, and she now gets to judge you. Did she get laid last night? Right? Is she premenstrual? Or does she just hate men? You don't know what you're going to get. 18 days in prison and a loss of a driver's license for speeding? Fuck. Right? This is the problem with women in power. You cannot trust them with it. It goes to their head. It goes to their head. Men are bad enough when they're given that type of power. But I can ask you a question. And the women who are watching this, who keep their mouths shut for the most part, I'll ask you, would you rather sit in judgment before a man or before a woman? And I know the answer. It is before a man. Number one, because men today, even judges, are coward in front of women, whether they know them or not. They're afraid to offend. Number two, men are just. Men are fair. Men can apply law and separate emotion from logic. And women cannot. Women do not. Women don't have to. Once they have the power, they're like a child because they genuinely are mental children. They have not matured past a certain place. And they think that, well, now that I have the power, I can do what I want with it. That is not why the power is granted. The power is granted so that it is treated and used judiciously, intelligently. We're not given power and then say, do what you want with it. For God's sake, you start sounding like Hillary Clinton if you do that. Well, I've got the power. It's now time to use it. Scary. Scary. I have watched women and I have watched men my whole life. I can go to a bar tonight if I wish, or a restaurant, or any gathering place, social event, even a political event like a school board meeting. And I can listen to groups of men and groups of women. And when you listen to groups of men, if we talk about off topic of what's going on, let's just say it's a bar, so anything is on topic. It'll be discussions about things, events, sports. If you listen to the group of women talk, they're badgering other women. They're talking down other women. They'll also be talking down men. But women are prone to attacking and judging everyone and everything. No critical analysis, just she's a bitch, I don't like her, let's make her life hell. I can't tell you how many conversations I've heard where women do that, where they attack each other. They hold each other very tightly in a pecking order and control. And that is why I think feminism is also dangerous, because it preys on the weakness, the natural weakness of women, and converts them into hideous beings that themselves become these judgmental freaks of nature. And by freak, I mean they are out of character, out of place. They wouldn't be allowed in the natural order of things. It is a freak occurrence in history that women right now have the power they have. And my good friend, I call him my good friend because it's funny when you start conversing with someone and you have a lot in common, you start to feel that you should have been friends a long time ago. And I feel that way about an awful lot of you guys. And I read the comments, I'm like, geez, I know this guy. We just have that stuff in common. But these women, no other time in history would they have this power. And they hurt men with it. So the first thing they did was turn their venom and their power onto men to destroy us. Right? Women in power is very dangerous. This is just another example of it. Another example of it. I want to thank you for watching this. Please give it a thumbs up. All Mgtow videos, give it a thumbs up. Please. More men are seeing this. I'm loving it. Just in the past 6 months, just since the election with Hillary, I've seen like this upswing in Mgtow energy. Right? Men realizing we're fucked if we don't do something. And we have, at least for now, the power to control our own lives and our own wallets and deny women, right? The parasites. Keep them off of us. So we need movement, and the movement is existing. It's now getting a direction and a focus. That is Mgtow, men going their own way. Choosing for yourself what you want rather than letting society and shame and guilt choose for you. It's a crazy world, man, crazy. So, morning coffee to you. You have a great day. Right? Semper Fi. I have the penis. That's right. I have the penis. You guys be cool. I'll talk to you later. And thank you on Patreon to all you guys who've tossed a few bucks here and a few bucks there. It's been great. It's been very welcome. You guys have a great day.